Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Late Night Live. Thank y'all for coming back. Make some noise, make some noise. Hey. Man, you was hilarious just now on stage, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Everybody knows him. He's from Sacramento. He just won. He just came, what were you, 4th place in the hot dog eating contest.
Third place.
Yeah. Y'all make some noise for the man of Doe himself, DoBoy, y'all.
Hey.
All right. Hey, doggone, good to see you, man. I ain't seen you in a while, man.
Likewise,
man. I'm putting it right on out here. A lot of people don't know this about you, dog. Like, we know that you do comedy, obviously. You do a little acting and stuff, man. You fly with it. We know you do music. Some people, you got he nice with his music. Do people know that you were a gospel rapper?
A lot of people don't know that, man. I didn't even get into comedy till I was 26. I got in.
You was gospel rapping.
I was
25 and down.
No, yeah, I was gospel rapping from like maybe 16, 17. I had a song called "Bounce for Jesus." I did, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh my God!
And
can you give me the hook real quick?
It was just bounce for Jesus, bounce for Jesus. So nah, man, we was trying to make Christianity cool, man. Like, we was beefing with the devil, man. So you know what I'm saying? He was the ox. We was smoking on that devil pack. You know what I mean? That's what our thing was.
I think Jesus was already. I think the devil took y'all.
Nah, we was trying to, cause I grew up in church, man. Like, I know it's probably hard for you to believe, but I come from a square background, man. I was a church dude. I know most people feel like, oh, no, he's street guy, but
no one thinks it.
But now, like, I grew up in the church from like a really safe background, and so I was just in church all the time, and that's how I got into music, just the drums and then rapping, and so I was like, I'm gonna rap about the Lord.
Was it one of those things like, okay, like they ain't gonna let me listen to this gangster rap like I want to listen to, like everybody else doing it, but I want to listen to rap still. So I'm just gonna blame. Like, Mom, chill. It's Jesus. I'm rapping for Jesus.
that was a little bit of it. It's like, I didn't really. I kind of was able to listen to the regular music, but I was just like, I wanted to hear some rap music that sounded like the gospel music, because I really was like, I thought I was supposed to be a preacher, man. I might be one day. Who knows? But it was like a thing that was real serious to me. So I was like, I want to hear raps about Jesus. That's cool.
Was you inspired by Kirk Franklin?
Yeah, he was there.
Because Kirk Franklin made, like, I see what you did, like what he did for hip hop, kind of, like he kind of brought in, because we all hip hop heads and stuff. So it kind of, and we do listen to gospel. A lot of people be front and stuff, but a lot of us grew up in church and there's different backgrounds. But to blend the two, especially when Kirk first dropped, you know what I'm saying? He had Salt and Pepper and all that stuff. We still playing Wisconsin and all that stuff, right?
And then it was Gospel Gangsters. The Gospel Gangsters was groundbreaking. It was the NWA of gospel rappers.
Who?
Gospel Gangsters, bro. Y'all never heard of the Gospel Gangsters?
No.
You're kidding.
Hell,
You heathens.
Nobody has heard of it. Who is the Gospel Gangsters?
Man, they was putting on back in the day. There was a gospel rapper named Mike Peace. He had a song, he was like Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges,
I think that's why none of us.
That's the first 8 books of the Bible.
You lost me at gangster after gospel. Like,
it was a very, I'm telling you, bro. Then there was a record label. They were like the No Limit of Gospel. They were called Grape Tree Records. Seriously, it was a whole thing. It was Grape Tree Records.
You see how this never took off like you thought it was? Like,
people
that's the
know.
one thing. I'm be honest.
You looked up Gospel Gangsters, right? Yeah.
You can look up a lot of things. But let me tell you something. Real talk, bro. It's funny how a lot of things have taken off in every genre. You're like, I listen to all music. I like all music. I'm be honest with you. Christian rap ain't never hit.
Yes, it has.
For me.
Oh, no, for you. Okay.
For me, it ain't never hit. There's not been one where I was like, oh, okay. Like, and none of my friends.
No, but see, it's merging.
None of my friends listen or can relate.
But see, there's different cats now. You heard of Lecrae?
No.
He's fire. You heard of Toby Nwigwe?
Yeah.
Fire. You see what I'm saying?
Heard of him.
That's all H-Town.
Have you heard of Seven? There's a dude named Seven, but he has a group called Hard Block.
Is he from Houston too?
Seven.
No, I don't.
Look up this cat named Seven. He's fire. Cue him to redeem.
Merch too?
It's a whole thing. Yes.
I know who Merch is.
No.
And there's even gospel battle rappers.
Okay, Kanye. Does Kanye count?
Kanye counts. Then you got gospel battle rappers like A Ward or The Saga. Jesus is all in these hip hop streets.
Okay, what I'm saying is this though. But be honest though. We among friends. All right, check this out. Look, though. Check this out.
Right.
We being real. We
Okay.
being real. And I ain't trying to diss, because I love. What up, Kickin'? I love God. I love the Lord. I love. You know what I'm saying?
There's a song called "I Love God." I know y'all heard that song. Erica,
Oh, we did.
I love God. Y'all ain't heard it? Y'all.
All I'm asking is this though: who's the best Christian rapper?
Telling you, man, Lecrae is fire.
No. Give me the number one. Like how you could be like Jigga or Pac or the Biggie. Who's the
I'm
Biggie of gospel
totally
rap?
unbiased. There's this cat, and I used to be in a group.
Number
with him.
one.
I used to be in a group with this cat. He kept it going. We were in a
Can't
group
be
called.
number one.
To me, he is. His name is Spec House. Spec House Records. He's a dope producer.
Do you see the
dope
confused
rapper.
looks on everyone's face?
Y'all never heard of Spec House? What are you doing? Come on, man. Y'all gotta. It's fine.
It never took off the genre.
Toby Never.
It ain't him. It's the whole genre.
You know Toby.
The whole genre never. I'm
This
even
one is
say.
hard.
I'm even say this. Even when the rappers that I do know, hold on. So even the rappers that I do know that do rap like Snoop. You know what I'm saying? When they start doing gospel rap, I ain't gonna lie, it's my least favorite.
You didn't like Snoop's gospel album?
I liked it, but it's my least favorite of his catalog. It's like MC Hammer. That's why we pray.
But let me ask you this
It's
now.
my
So,
least favorite. Like, but that's what I'm saying. So it never took off.
It never
When
took off
did,
to you.
Did it take off for you?
it didn't take off for me. It
Okay.
didn't, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
where this was going.
So yeah, it didn't. You know what I mean? But I do feel like I feel like we were ahead of our time though. I feel like, you know, because I was dropping albums in '01. I'm 42, bro.
Jesus has been around for a long time. You can't say that you was ahead of your time. Rap was out in the 80s.
I'm just
in
saying
the
that
70s.
I'm just saying that we were dropping gospel records in '01, '02 when it wasn't a popular thing.
Stomp with Kirk Franklin and Salt and Pepper had dropped by then.
But see, I'm telling you,
It was popular.
We just
It was on
we
the
just
record.
never had the breakout hit.
Did you perform the song?
Yes, but let me tell you this.
How was the audience reception when you were singing?
Funny Kirk Franklin story. We met Kirk Franklin because we got nominated for a Dove Award, and we met him. He beat
I'm
us.
going to talk about things that I know about. When you have performed in front of an audience.
They loved it, bro. We used to have audiences.
Was it your church or was it church? It was the audience that never met you.
Bro, it was. We would perform in front of different churches. We used to go on tours in churches.
They can't boo you at church, nigga.
Exactly. Built-in fan
He like
base.
they love us. Dog, I've seen some. Like, I
Hey,
ain't
we
gonna
were trying to corner the market.
shout out to all
Yeah,
the churches
so
out
this
there
is
doing that and all that. But let's keep it real. We all seen some stuff in church sometimes, and it was like, hold up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen some praise dances that didn't have nothing to do with praise or dance.
Oh yeah, but yeah.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It was just a dude up there, and he was free. You know what I'm saying? And he wanted to do his thing. Knocked into the altar and all that stuff, and fell and stuff. Guess what? Everybody got up and clapped, and it was like, go ahead, what do we yell out and everything when somebody doing bad, trying to sing and something like that, and they, Jesus, let him use you, baby, let him use you. And then everybody, when you really bad in church, everybody will start clapping. And like the Holy Ghost will come and give you power. It's weird.
But see, that's the thing though. But see, this is the thing. Because
y'all seen niggas sing better all of a sudden.
this is the thing. I had just recorded my last recent gospel album, as recent as last year, but I never put it out because I just didn't know if the world was ready to hear it from me. But I really worked on it and I was ready to put it out.
God made that for you. He wanted you to hide it in your
I feel
heart.
like if you heard some of the gospel records, you would like it. I feel like you guys would like them. It's the same thing as rap, just with Jesus sprinkled in it. It's fire. It's the greatest thing.
Jesus.
It's like, yeah, rap. Jesus. It's great.
But you know when you rapping, you can't rap about none of the shit you really want to talk about.
No, but see, that's the thing.
So it's colder than, it's just like cartoons. We like cartoons. We like animation. You ever try to watch like Christian cartoons? That shit is trash.
Well,
like you be like, I don't.
But do you go to church?
Yes.
Do you like the choir songs?
Yes. Those are choir songs.
So just
For the choir.
imagine.
But if they started rapping and doing like, You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the block with Jesus. Oh,
see, you gotta take Jesus to the trap.
I'll be like, Mom, I don't want to go here no more. I want to give me the hymn.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna create.
I know when Jesus in the song when they hum. You ever seen like I went to old type Christian church where they ain't even no lyrics. They just everybody else the word. Then you see one nigga in the back here, left the church. She's still running.
Some of the songs were tragically sad. If you listen to some of the words on some of the songs.
We never did gospel rap. I'm just saying, I don't know if the Lord got into that.
You gotta listen to some of my stuff.
I don't think Jesus sanctioned that yet. You know, it's like unsanctioned. You got MMA, you got different forms of like you got the UFC, you got a strike force,
you do.
But then you got dudes in their backyard just fighting. They're like, God, this image.
So are you saying Christian rap is the bare knuckles backyard brawl of hip hop? Fuck you. I'm telling you, bro.
Y'all don't really want to be saved still.
Y'all
Y'all still want to be cool, but y'all like.
I feel like if you heard one of my gospel records, you'd love it. And then you'd play it for all of your friends.
I already heard one of them, Bounce for Jesus, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't.
See, that was
I love Jesus. I love bounce music. I did not like when you.
See, that's before I had built. See, that's before. That was like from 20 years ago. So that's when everybody was bouncing and everything. I elevated with the times.
So you had trap for Jesus?
I had trap for Jesus.
You had Jesus trap?
Jesus was it. We brought
gospel
Jesus to the trap. Come on, man.
Oh, no, sure. You can't slang. You can't slang for Jesus.
Come on.
You can slang for real. Doc in the back like, yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Jesus was a renegade.
You know what? You're right, because these laws have been passed in California. It's a mighty Russian force that's coming through, and the devil is being just pushed out of litigation left and right. You know what I'm saying? I see what you're saying. It is okay, but you was doing this before then.
I was doing this before I ever told a joke or anything. I did not think that comedy was going to be the thing I ever did. People would tell me I was funny. So
okay, so here's another thing that you did that was wild. I know that you did gospel rap. I also know that you did this. You did one of my favorite things though. What I always wanted to do this, believe it or not. Outside of being a comedian and being an actor, I always wanted to be like the dude that you see on the news, like what you know what I'm saying? Like what's that? Like Good Morning,
like a news anchor.
Like a news anchor, but I learned news anchors have to talk in news voice. Like you have to talk like this. You have to be very serious all the time. There is an accident on the 10 freeway. Everyone is dead. Ambulance is out, and then they have to end it with happy dumb shit out of that. On the other side, in Lancaster, a puppy was saved. A man was cutting grass, and the puppy was there. He saved him. Look at him. And I'm like, nigga, you just talked about 9 people dead on the 10 freeway. Nigga, I lived it. So I didn't want to do the anchorman, but like weatherman. I thought weatherman was cool as hell. Like every morning you wake up, I think everybody, at least for me, every morning I wake up, even since I was younger, I at least watch the news for the weather. See what the weather gonna look like, you know? So I'm used to seeing weatherman. And weatherman, I thought I always had a fly job. Because he ain't gotta talk and work all day and see like everybody else. This nigga ain't gotta figure out weather now. It ain't like he out there with an instrument. He just
in front of the screen.
So I think it's gonna be he just reading and doing and practicing. And he doing what he doing. Shout out to the ladies, the weather ladies that do that. They always the prettiest. No,
some bad ones lately.
Yo, the weather woman is the baddest one on news. Yo, for real.
That weather.
Always
like with her.
For real, bro. Like the ladies that look and got your shape, they sitting down and sitting behind the table. The weather lady is standing up every time. Got bad little. You know what I'm saying? So the weather man. I figured like I be seeing like they usually got a little swag with them too. They come up, they look a little drunk too. They look like they had a little shot or two.
Little nip in the coffee.
Little nip in the coffee. You know,
got that little beat.
Hey, you gotta have, especially doing the weatherman in California.
Absolutely,
we got weather the same every day. So you just basically doing monologue.
Mid-70s.
I saw DoBoy. I saw your tapes, bro. This is after I known DoBoy. DoBoy was on, and I lived in this place. A lot of people know I went to school in Sacramento. DoBoy was on Good Day Sacramento.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Now, DoBoy, you're about, I'm not gonna lie, you're about 7 times bigger than you are now. Even though you're a big man now, you're about 7 times bigger than you are. And he was on Good Day Sacramento. Right. Dressed in Will Smith's Fresh Prince's finest clothing, yo. It's like a bullshit neon hat or something flipped up. You know what I'm saying? And maybe a church shirt.
Yeah, blazer here and there. Jeans with church shoes type shit.
Every bit of 1,100 pounds of it, though. Nigga was on Good Day Sacramento. Can you tell them what you were doing on Sacramento?
Yeah, so I had started doing comedy. This is back in '06, and my boy, I owed him $300, so he said, "Forget the bread, just go do this this open mic at Laughs Unlimited." So I said, "All right, did." So I did it, and then from there, I met BT Kingsley there. So then
how'd you do, by the way, when you did your open mic? It was cool.
I did decent, but I was nowhere near there. But I had the confidence and the aura, you know. But I was always doing parodies, and so then I ended up doing a comedy competition with BT Kingsley and DC Urban, and like 2 weeks after that, and I beat him because I had a gig. I had a funny song at the end where I took my, I take the shirt off, and I won.
I heard what you said. I heard what you said. You had a gay something, and then you said I took my shirt off.
No, it wasn't. No, it was a gay. No, it was a song that I had a parody.
It was a gay song.
No, it wasn't a gay song at all.
But
no,
okay.
It wasn't gay at all.
I just want you to feel free.
Funny song.
Okay. Go ahead.
I said you know the song. You've heard some of the funny songs that I've done.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so I was like, no.
It was very hilarious to see him take his shirt off.
And so I won $1,500.
No,
and so then, so My 58 was they were looking for a host. So they had like a competition for hosts. And so then I went through like this 12-week thing, and then I won. So then I was a newscaster. So I would just like do like man on the street stuff and little infomercials, and that's what's like, yeah, man.
You was the funny dude.
I was the funny dude. I was like the news relief, the comic relief.
Nigga, that's dope. That's real.
So yeah.
Did you tell them about your gospel rap?
Nah. I kept that. You know, yeah. You know.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you a question, though. I know this has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
I hate you already.
But someone said this to me yesterday, and I can't unhear it. And I invite everybody in the room to help me try to figure this out, because since they said it to me,
I hate you.
It's been bothering me. I ended up fully clothed in the shower, just frustrated about why I couldn't figure this out. So, the word sent, right? The word sent. Are you putting your emphasis on the S or the C? Seriously. Are you putting it, when you're saying sent, are you emphasizing the S or the C? Because the C, right? So you're saying C, right?
Always.
Because sent, just the word, like one cent, is CENT, and it's sent. And if it's sent, like you sent somebody something, it's SENT. So which one are you pronouncing when you say sent?
Let me tell you something. Rent. As in ignorant.
That doesn't bother you guys?
I want to enunciate it.
Where does the emphasis go, man?
You are ignorant.
But is it on the S?
Nigga, there's innocent.
But it's making the same sound in sent. You're still saying the word sent, like 1 cent. You're still saying sent. It still sounds like there's
Did you have elementary nigga alphabets where you have hard C's?
It just
soft
It's
C's.
silent.
Which one is
It's
silent?
like Corey with an E or not an E. Which one are you saying? Corey or Corey?
Correct.
See, you gotta stop doing them edibles, bro. This smoke, it's the edibles that be getting to you.
It kept me up all night. Clearly, it bothers me more than you all. But I was just like, I was about to dedicate my life's work to this.
Gospel rap in the scent.
Yeah, figure out.
Put that on the side. Get that to the to-do list.
It's just been bothering me.
It's like a to-do list.
Yeah.
Okay. You came in. I've known this. A lot of people know this, man. I have a cousin by the name of Theodore
Teddy Ray.
Ray Nacio.
Yes.
AKA Teddy Ray.
Teddy Ray.
Teddy Ray.
Good friend of mine. Good.
Big Teddy
Yes.
and Lil Brian. Everybody know that this man, for real, man. I'm gonna say it, dog, man. I always say this, dog. Y'all are the founders, man. Y'all need to get y'all props out here. We know you from All Deaf Digital, man, but y'all are the founders, man. Y'all got the first show. Y'all kicked off All Deaf. And that, you know what I'm saying? For
Thank
real,
you.
man.
I really appreciate you saying that, man. Because you know, a lot of people don't say that, so I do appreciate.
I mean, I don't know if people. I don't know if a lot of people know it or not. That's why I'm like, I'm a little biased because it's my cousin, so I knew when he started, and you know what I'm saying. I've known you even before y'all started doing that. You know what I'm saying. I knew you just as you know, you taking off your shirt like Chris Farley in Comedy Club.
Absolutely.
But
road trip to Sacramento.
nigga and all, you know what I'm saying? Like for real, doing all kind of weekends and everything. So I already knew of you. So to do this, and it was like, it was an unbelievable thing. I remember Teddy was like, I'm doing a show. It's like Def Jam, but it's with Russell Simmons. And I was like, that's what's up. Where can I see it, nigga? Can I see it on HBO or Comedy Central? No. So I'm like, what's gonna be on Channel 11 or something like that, like Fox? No. Nigga, what the fuck is gonna be on? It's gonna be on the internet. This is before the internet is what it is, like that, you know, with YouTube and shit. Right. And I'm like, why the fuck would, I'm like, does he have like, is there a Russell Simmons network or this and that? I don't know, like basically it's like a show that we doing. And then I was like, man, it's gonna be, I was like, well, who else gonna be on it? It's Russell Simmons, nigga. So this has to have like Run DMC, LL Cool J, motherfucking Ice Cube, Warren G,
Jay-Z,
Bucky Rhymes, nigga, DMX, nigga. Somebody, like, it gotta be a who's who of people gonna be in this motherfucker. Right. He was like, no, it's me and DoBoy. And I was like, DoBoy, like, DoBoy? He was like, yeah, nigga, DoBoy, nigga. I was like, what the fuck, nigga? So I remember y'all had this joint where y'all did this whole weight loss type. It was around that, right? What was the name of it?
Teddy and DoBoy blowing up.
Teddy and DoBoy blowing up, and I remember y'all. It was centered around basically. Correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all would show up basically to like Russell's house or some shit, like report to Russell.
Yeah.
And you know, this is Russell Simmons before the scandal and before all the controversy like that or whatever. Like this one. Really, he was chilling out, just being yoga dude from what everybody knew him from. He was a cool ass, like, actually, Russell's actually hella cool from, Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I remember seeing all this. Like, he was into, Russell, you gotta understand, Russell was in all this Buddha shit and all these beads and shit before everybody walking around Leimert Park, everybody getting woke and all this shit, you know what I'm saying? We been had, Russell Simmons was doing this before that, you know, we was looking at him weird and shit. Speaking of, how do you have beads on your wrist and your wrist? Do they make
shut your ass up?
Do they make fat beads? Because those can't be the same beads.
These are the regular beads, man. These are actually good, man, for energy. This is a tiger eye.
Do they spread with the individual? Like, okay, this is.
They're a little elastic. They got a little elastic.
Okay.
I have a little.
My beads on. Okay.
Yeah.
I know you couldn't fit my beads.
But nah, these energies is good, man. And this rose quartz. It's the whole thing. You should get into it.
What does it mean?
This is for self-acceptance and self-healing. And I got this. It was a crazy story. I was actually at the food depot.
Of course you were. Of course you were.
But you know the food court?
It's not a crazy story at all.
I know you wouldn't think about this, but I was at a place of fine dining. It's not. So you know the place downtown where they got all the little food spots? So I'm going there and I'm going to get some food. There was this lady, she was selling different stuff and she stopped. She was selling something to somebody. She stops and she walks across. She was like, sir, I don't know if you need. She was like, I sell these over here. She was like, I want you to buy it, but if you don't want to buy it, I'll give it to you. She's like, this is rose quartz. And she was like, I can see that you're dealing with some self-acceptance, some self-love things. I really think that you should have this. And I got it. And it really helps. Like
I'm not gonna cry. I usually have my beads on me.
Yeah,
I got my jewelry on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you out here flexing. I got you.
You know what I'm saying? I got my. Hold on.
So they sell watches in children's sizes. These are nice for a child. Okay. Cool. You got an anklet on your neck. Okay. Cool. You fancy, huh? I see you, man. You living your life, man. I got a baggy watch, man. This isn't
This is something you don't know
supposed
about.
to be over your sleeves.
You've
like
never
this.
had a watch that does this. That's why. As soon as you get it, you just poke extra holes in you. So, how did you hook up with the great Russell Simmons?
So now, man.
Tell you, man. How'd y'all
it was shout out to Drew Tillme, man. Drew has set that play up, right? And he takes us to Russell. And the dope thing about Russell, and I always credit Russell for really saving my life, because when I met him, he already knew, because Drew had already showed him, tape on me and Teddy. So he thought me and Teddy was stars off the rip. And so the first time I met Russell, he was just like, hey, DoBoy. He was like, hey, nigga, you funny as shit. You're going to be a star, but you're going to be dead in 5 years if you don't get your health in order. Because at the time, I'm like 450. So he was just like, so that's what the whole show was based around, was him teaching us. So the show really wasn't supposed to be. The show, what happened?
You know, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say.
I thought it was a deep moment.
You said at the time I was 4. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna ask the obvious question. Just keep going.
Okay, I'll keep going. So I was a lot bigger than I am now. So it's 450.
Baby steps, ladies.
Yeah, 450 at the time, right? So he's like, yo, you need to lose some weight. So the show was
This
essentially.
nigga lost baby weight. The only man in that surgery has lost baby weight.
Nigga, let me finish this inspirational story. Shit. I'm trying to inspire a motherfucker.
The modern
This
miracle.
nigga here. So the whole show was centered around him teaching us about getting healthy. So, you know, I was able to lose over 200 pounds in doing that, you know. Yes, I'm still fat. Yes, I still have a way to go. But, you know, Rome wasn't built into that. You understand me? So, and he gave me 10 grams and I lost 200 pounds. You know.
Sound good.
Oh, you owe him 15,000.
I found a few of the pounds back, but that's neither here nor there. See, it was the whole story.
Oh my God, DoBoy.
It's deeper and deeper, but nah, it's a lot of things that happen. But nah, I always credit him for really, you know, saving my life because I wasn't taking my health serious. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nigga, you guys, I'm fucking with you the whole time. I watched the whole journey. You and Teddy Ray, both of y'all, man. I know. Like I said, I know I'm fucking with y'all, man. It's just, I mean,
shit. You my brother,
nigga, you're
man.
still alive, nigga.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be some nigga. You know what I'm saying? You're actually not a little dude, as you can see. Actually, I'm not a little dude. Other
That's the hell
guys
you are.
actually just
You are
bigger
very
than me.
little.
This is the bigger guys.
He's trying to sneak that in. I'm not a little. Yes,
You know, you see like Will. I'm like Will Smith size, and he's like Reggie Miller.
No, you're Lil
So-
Smith. You're Lil Smith, not Will Smith. This nigga is Lil Smith.
Yo, that's so hilarious. Yo, yeah, that's so bad. Like, I watched all the whole journey and shit.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas made that shit cool, fly, and fun, though.
Yeah.
And even to this day, that's why I'm giving you your flowers.
Appreciate
Like,
you.
from that part even to now, y'all have infused comedy and, like, you know what I'm saying, the youthfulness into even like a weight loss journey.
Yeah.
Even into just, you know what I'm saying, like y'all made it, I'm not gonna say made it cool to be fat dudes or nothing like that, because fat dudes was always cool. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But you made it cool to even go through that journey and shit. Watch both of y'all be honest and being like, hey man, we about to go up. Usually you see ladies do stuff like that.
Right.
And we be all like, you know, of course you be wanting to get, you know, you be pushing for him, whatever. But for a dude to do that, you really see, you know, the vulnerability of that with men and stuff. And, you know, and I like how y'all freak that. Not only put it in the hip hop world, but in the comedy world. And y'all keep that going. And not only that, y'all spawned the whole channel off the shit, man. Like it went from a pilot episode or a pilot show
man.
to a whole channel that's going to this day. And people still just... you know, still more.
No, definitely, man. It was a great experience, man, because, you know, for as much as I enjoyed being on Wild 'N Out for 5 seasons, and that was dope, I was always you know, a smaller part of a really big machine over there, and a lot of, you know, moving pieces. But with, you know, All Def, it was like, you know, just a much smaller group of us. So to be able to be over there and, you know,
that's your baby, nigga.
Yeah, it's like niggas tatted on my arm.
That's okay. Let's get to this. Let's get to this.
But yeah.
How, why, and what the fuck is a part of a new
I got
segment of this show? And I need to know this. You're the first one. How, why, and WTF?
Because I mean, I got Wild 'N Out tatted too.
It was like, oh, you want ADD and Waller? Okay.
Yeah. You know who actually did this? Ryan from Black Ink did this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cause it's really nice tattoo.
Yeah.
That's something like what made you want to be okay. What made you be like, you know what, I want ADD. That's what I'm saying.
Because I just was like, what means the most? Like, what do I want on my body? Like, you know what I'm saying? When you get into tattoos, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, well, what do I want? And I'm like,
was this your first tattoo?
No, my first tattoo was the DoBoy on my arm with the microphone.
I remember when you
the
did
$40,000 in cash. That was my net worth at the time. Yeah, so that was that. Then the second one was Kiara. I got my daughter and her name. And then I got All Def. Then I got Wild 'N Out. And then I got Whitney Houston.
You have Whitney Houston?
Yeah. That's what I don't believe you. I do have Whitney Houston. Don't talk shit about my tattoo.
That's not Whitney Houston.
That is Whitney Houston. It is.
No, it's not.
Pull up the cover to her documentary.
No,
Whitney.
that's Selena.
And you know it's not. But then I relapsed after that. So, because I put it on my arm to make me remind myself to not let my demons over. Like, you know what I mean? Like on some deep stuff. So I put it there for that reason. But then I relapsed after I got so I put it there with the sobriety thing, like, don't relapse. And then a month later I relapsed. Yeah, I don't know.
My nigga.
It was a whole thing. I had a crazy 2020.
You put, this was last year.
It was last year.
So you put, because I've never seen that.
Yeah, I got it, yeah.
For like 12 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got Whitney, you got a date of sobriety, and
I got
then
a
Whitney
date
Houston
as a
texted over
reminder.
it,
As a reminder.
and
yes.
then relapse.
And then I so let me explain the whole thing. We got a couple minutes because this is now I feel like I got to tell you the rest of the story.
We need clarity.
Okay, so part of me losing weight was January 8th, 20. Are we going too long, man? You want me to wrap this up in 2 minutes? Okay. So part of me losing weight, January 8th, 2015, I get weight loss surgery. You know that, right?
Were you
Yeah.
drinking with the tattoo artist when you did that?
I'll tell you. Listen. So January 8th, 2015, I get weight loss surgery, the gastric sleeve, where they cut your stomach, you can no longer eat. They told me I need to get therapy so I don't have a transfer of addiction. I didn't listen. So I became a functioning alcoholic. You know this. I went to rehab one time in May of 2017 and got raided by the FBI.
Can you get back to Brittany?
I am. I'm telling you why this happened. Whitney. It was.
That's Brittany.
This is. I'm telling you. I'm just telling you
You
something.
played in the security guard.
I got you. So I go to rehab in the month May of 2017. I go to rehab. It gets raided by the FBI. I'm like, well, God must want me to drink because it got raided by the FBI. I start drinking again. Then I go back to rehab 11/22/2017. Right? When I got this tattoo last year, it was in May after I had been diagnosed being bipolar, and maybe that was a manic decision. I was like, you can't relapse. And maybe that was like a manic decision. So then I tattooed this, like, don't forget, you can't relapse, and this is why. And I tattooed this on my arm. And then in June.
Basically, don't die.
Huh? No, this was for me to remind myself, like, not to let my addictions overcome me.
Because if you do, you'll die.
Exactly. So I put that on my arm, but then I relapsed a month later. It's
So you wasn't looking at your arm when you was.
I
This
literally,
nigga was
I
like,
got some air out of it. I'm
Don't look
sorry.
at me, Whitney.
I'm trying to find the punchline. I'm sorry, but no, that was the real
This nigga
thing.
got a towel over his
So that was the real thing that had happened. So yeah, that's why Whitney's on my arm.
Okay. You are.
I didn't mean to put you in the therapist chair.
Okay.
So back to the all deaf.
Please.
Okay, so all deaf.
Were you drinking when you got the audience?
Absolutely. So I was,
Okay, there we go.
I was a
There
drunk
we go.
decision. That was a drunk decision.
And this one as well?
No, I definitely wanted.
You didn't get drunk when you made that?
Well, I don't want to say this was a drunk decision because I wanted to do it.
I
But I
didn't
was
say
drinking at the time.
I just said, were you drinking at the time?
At the time, I was drinking at the time of both of these, but I don't regret either of these.
I'm not one to judge. I'm not one to judge.
I love them, man.
I've done drugs before, and people have told me, they said, Brent, you realize you're doing mind-altering drugs. And I was like, well, I never thought about that. Like, even something as simple as weed, we'd be like, I don't do drugs, I just smoke weed.
No,
Well,
it takes you out of
technically, it's a mind-altering thing. That's why you smoking it, because you want to alter your mind and get your mind right.
That's a fact.
A mind-altering nigga, you're not always in your normal state of mind. That's why you're doing this in the fair. I was like, oh, I get what you mean. So
Right.
I'm just throwing eggs at you.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. I'm sorry if I got all serious. I don't know if I was supposed to be like, oh.
None of it was serious. I was
Jokes
laughing the entire time. I'm sorry. I know you.
I'm not tripping.
I know you were very vulnerable.
No, I just didn't want you to be like, what is this nigga? This life story?
No, it's cool. Somebody's gonna get a gym out of that. Somebody's gonna get a gym out of that.
sure.
There's a very pudgy kid somewhere looking at this that was like, man, I know not to do that. I'm about to be like him. I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna rap.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna stop and then just rap for the Lord.
That's all you gotta do.
And then I'm gonna start doing okay, that's
Some
what's
jokes,
up, bro.
man. Yeah, you can
And I
make
can be just like you. Do you have another gospel rap coming? Any rap coming up?
I do. I have a whole album called The Wonder Years that I recorded and I just didn't put it out. So it's already done.
Why don't you do this? Put out one of your. I'm not like that, but put out whatever you was gonna put out, like your regular content, and then on the back end, put out the gospel content. Kind of that way, you still get out the, to the streets and get your, what I'm saying, get that connection and everything.
Right.
But then you also piggyback off your own platform and get your message out because God put a message in you, bro.
That's the gym. I'm gonna take that. I like that for sure. I'm gonna do that.
Hey man, y'all stay tuned, man. I got a bunch of stuff coming up with DoBoy.